Hello, I am Anawoltos. I have been doing YouTube for about 4 years, been doing a lot of different things, gaming, social commentary, some history, a lot of music production, I've been doing that as well, and some analysis of science fiction. And the reason I'm making this video is because recently I decided to establish myself on BitChute as well as YouTube. So now my videos that are going to be uploaded on YouTube are also going to be uploaded onto BitChute as well. Why, you may ask? Well, I think it's a great way for me to, number one, have backups for my videos in case they get taken down, because sometimes I do talk about some controversial topics, and you know what? You never know. It might be a problem. I might get hacked on one of the two platforms, so it's always good to have a backup. In addition to that, it also allows me to extend the range of my audience a bit farther already, since my audience has never really been large, but you know what? Getting bigger is always a great idea. So as for how that's going to affect my videos and my uploading, it isn't really going to affect too much. I'm going to still format my videos in a way that is friendly to the way YouTube publishes them. Now that's unless I get kicked off of YouTube, which at this point I find highly unlikely, since number one, I'm pretty low profile, so there's nothing really bad that's going to happen to me. It's not as if I'm in some major controversy or anything. And number two, I generally don't talk about things that would get me banned. But you never know, someday Overton window might shift and people won't like me anymore, and you know what, I can see why someone would ban me in that situation. I don't appreciate it, but I can see why they would. So there you have it. Now, that being said, I will continue primarily operating on YouTube as a platform. However, if I do notice that on BitChute I am gaining a considerable following, I will also enact a greater degree of interaction on BitChute as well, if I notice that there is a significant audience on there. Now, as for those of you wondering from my recent question and answer video whether this is the major project that I talked about that I'm working on, no, it's not. And in fact, I'm going to be disclosure on this one. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to start doing reviews of shows. And I've seen some other people do it. I liked some of their work, and I thought, well, if they can do it, why can't I? I've got a mouth, I've got tongue, I've got teeth, I can talk, I've got skin. Not that that really matters for doing reviews. You don't have to have skin to do reviews, well, except for the fact that skin, of course, is, technically speaking, a vital organ. So if you're missing a vital organ, it's pretty hard to really take the time to do a review, so I guess skin is important to do reviews. Now, of course, I also have a heart, another vital organ, very important. I've got lungs, and these lungs allow me to put air in and out of my body, which allows a gas exchange with my bloodstream, but also in pushing the air out, I am able to produce sound, and that again goes back to the idea of my voice. Now, you may be asking, why am I going on such a weird tangent talking about my bodily functions? And you know what? That's just how I roll. If you don't like it, that's fine. Talk about it. I'm fine getting some appreciation. I always appreciate when people have a good criticism to make, and if I think it's a valid criticism, I'll try to respond, and I'll maybe try to change things. If I disagree, I'll maybe say why I disagree, or I'll ignore it if it's something entirely frivolous, because let's be honest, if you've been on the internet for any length of time, people go around and they talk about frivolous things, they talk about this, that, and the other, and they always ask, hey, OP is gay. And I'm saying, well, I'm actually not gay, but I don't know why you're calling me gay. Is that supposed to be some sort of insult? Because if you're going to make an accusation and there's nothing backing up the accusation, it can't really be an insult unless you yourself have some particular reason why you believe that your opinion is going to matter, in which case it's just an empty words, in which case the people that get really offended over it, on the other hand, end up looking kind of dumb, because it means you got gravely offended over something that was meant as an offense, but the way it was presented was such a weak offense, and yet you still became gravely offended by it. Which, of course, is something that I obviously think is perhaps an overreaction, and therefore, there you go. That's how you have it, and when you have it, you've got the cookie in the biscuit, and the biscuit in the cookie, and as you always know, if you can't swim, learn to fly, and that's all I've got to say for now. And Awiltos over and out.